We created a report that outlines what the landscape of schools look like here in the city of Atlanta. The most sobering piece of data that came out of the report is seeing that 84% of Atlanta students are graduating from high school, which feels like something to celebrate. But then when you look at reading proficiency across the district, only 37% of students who graduate are actually able to read at or above grade level. And even now in 2023, that was 2022 scores, the district recently celebrated increasing graduation rates by 2%. So now they're at 86%. However, reading proficiency is still across the district below 40%. As a former Atlanta Public Schools teacher, I was lucky to be able to teach at Slater Elementary School. You know, when we're looking at these numbers, I actually put faces and names to those numbers. And as a Southwest Atlanta resident, I'm able to run into former students all the time. So when we talk about educational outcomes, we talk about students graduating but not being proficient in reading. I actually see those students. They might be selling water on the corner. They might be working a low-income job at a grocery store. Some of them struggling as first-time parents. And it's so important to know that these numbers are just not numbers. They're actually individual students that live here in our city. They're our community members. When we're talking about students who aren't able to read on grade level, we're not simply talking about the problem that teachers don't know how to teach students how to read. We actually have to look at a multitude of factors, and a lot of those factors happen before students even enter the classroom. So are kids coming to kindergarten prepared? Do they have access to pre-K and early literacy? Do their parents have the skills to be able to teach them some of those foundational things? What we do know is a lot of our students in the school right now are actually legacy, meaning that their parents attended Atlanta Public Schools. And based on data for the last 20 plus years, we really have seen a flat line across the board. So parents who struggled with literacy are having children who also are struggling with literacy. And so there's a lack of wraparound services beyond the school that impact that. We don't want to also ignore the fact that poverty and income inequality has a major impact on students' ability to access quality education and even just get to school. And so there are many factors, and that's why I think it's super important for us as an entire city to come together and tackle this problem. In order for us to tackle these literacy problems in the city of Atlanta, it's going to take a multi-pronged approach. I think first, the Board of Education can look at implementing literacy policy that ensures that every single student in Atlanta Public Schools has access to a quality literacy curriculum in K through 2 that's grounded in the science of reading. I think the second thing that we need to do is partner with the mayor's office to ensure that affordable housing is accessible to the families that exist here, because we do know that there are issues with income equality as well as the rising housing costs. I find hope in knowing that in this amazing growing city like Atlanta, that we have an abundance of resources. The school district has a $1.6 billion budget. And we have this opportunity with the hiring of a new superintendent to really bridge the gap between city services and our school board. We have an opportunity to work together and create really innovative and intentional solutions to this problem.